Welcome to RJ classes, and now today for class 9 we are going to start a laws of motion, a huge chapter. Lots of questions will come in your exam from this chapter. So in laws of motion there are particular sections. First part that is about the force, second part that is about the inertia, third part that is first law, fourth that is the क्या हो जाएगा, that is the second law, and third law then is the law of gravitation. So that are the topics to be covered in this chapter. So force, inertia, first law, second law, third law, and the law of gravitation, that is the one more law, that is the law of Newton's law of gravitation. So these are the topics to be covered in this chapter. So first part that is about the force, because these all laws are based on the force. So to understand the force very clearly, it is very important to understand the force because first law, inertia, that is based on the force, first law that is based on the force, second law that is also based on the force, third law again, and the law of gravitation, obviously completely there is the involvement of force. So first of all, let's start with force. So force, let's start with the definition. Force, okay, let's understand what is force. Force is an external agent, a physical cause, an external agent which when applied on an object it changes or tries to change. That means whenever force is applied on an object, it changes or tries to change. That means it is not guaranteed that it will bring about some change, and it is also not guaranteed that it will not bring some changes. So it depend upon the amount of forces that be applied on an object. If that force is able to produce any change, a change will come in object, it means change. Or if that force is not capable to produce any change in that object, so change will not come. So force is an external agent which when applied on an object it changes or tries to change, and what changes it can bring? It can change shape, size, motion, configuration, etc. So I'm writing the definition. Force is an external agent. Force is an external agent which when applied on an object, it changes or tries to change shape, size, motion, configuration, that means length, breadth, height, configuration, etc. of an object, So whatever changes is possible, it will bring about or it will tries to bring about that changes. Okay, so force will, first question, that will the force bring same kind of changes for each and every object? No. So changes, we understood that it can change the shape, it can change the size, it can change the motion, configuration. So for each and every object, will it bring the same kind of changes? No. It will depend completely upon the category of the object. So we have the two category of the object, rigid, and second one is the non-rigid. Rigid, iron bar, aluminium bar, thick wood. So that are the rigid. So if we apply some force on a thick wooden piece, shape will not change, size will not change, configuration will not change. So what will change? So something other will get changed. So the object has been categorized into two groups. One is the rigid and other is the non-rigids. So on the basis of that, changes can also be classified. So whenever force is applied on an object, rigid object, I'm talking about the first one, the rigid object, hard object. So whenever the force is applied on a rigid object, it is most probable that it will try to change the motion of the object. For rigid object, whenever force is applied, it changes the motion of the object, and on non-rigid object such as the biscuit, toothpaste, dough, है ना, we miss. So in any of the non-rigid object, whenever the force is applied, it changes the shape, size, and configuration, etc. of the object. Whenever we bite a biscuit, the both shape and the size of the biscuit get reduced. Whenever we press a toothpaste, the shape of the toothpaste get deformed. So these are the, and whenever we apply a force on a bicycle, the shape of the bicycle does not get deformed, but bicycle set into the motion. So these are the effect of force. So the effect of force, we can say effect, it changes shape, it changes size, and means if you need to give example, you have the lots of example. So now unit of force, after definition, every time after finishing our definition we give the unit of force. So we have the unit, that is the first SI system, and the second one is the CGS system. So in SI system we have the unit of force, that is the Newton, and in CGS system that we have the dyne. So both Newton and dyne. Now let's understand what is Newton and dyne. So Newton, so many times you write the answer, so Newton as a unit of force is said to be Newton. That is not the correct answer. Newton itself has a definition, and if you have been told to write the definition of Newton, you cannot write the SI unit of force is said to be Newton. So at that time you will have to give a proper definition. I am explaining and giving that definition of Newton and dyne, and we will do the relation between the Newton and dyne itself. So first one is Newton. Newton is the amount of force. Suppose it is an object having a mass of 1 kg. 1 kg. I have kept it on my palm. Having the mass of 1 kg, I apply some force on this object. Anna, listen properly. So having the mass of 1 kg, I am applying some force on this object, and due to applied force, it poses an acceleration of 1 meter per second square. It accelerated with 1 meter per second square. Then the amount of force applied on it is said to be 1 Newton. That means 1 Newton is equals to 1 kg into 1 meter per second square. So some force is applied. So what will be the definition of Newton? 1 Newton is the amount of force. If you learn this one, if you keep in mind this one, you will have the definition of Newton, you will have the relation between the Newton and dyne. So what we will have the definition? 1 Newton is the amount of force which when applied on an object having mass 1 kg produces an acceleration of 1 meter per second square. That is the definition of Newton. I am writing it Newton. 1 Newton is the amount of force. 1 Newton is the amount of force. Amount of force which when applied on an object, applied on an object having mass 1 kg, an object having mass 1 kg produces an acceleration of 1 meter per second square. So that is the unit of Newton. So that is the definition of Newton, and you should write this definition only whenever you have been asked in your exam. Again, dyne, we will have the same definition. In order, we will change some word only. In place of 1 Newton, we will write 1 dyne. In place of 1 kg, in place of applied on object having mass 1 kg, in place of 1 kg, we will write 1 gram. And in place of 1 meter per second square, we will write 1 centimeter per second square. That means all the SI unit will get converted into CGS unit and language will be same. So what will be the definition of dyne? One dyne, I'm not writing, but I am from this statement only I am explaining it. So dyne, what will be the definition? So one dyne is the amount of force which when applied on an object having mass 1 gram, in place of 1 kg we will write 1 gram. 1 gram produces an acceleration of 1 meter per second square. So that will be the definition of dyne. That means one dyne equals to 1 gram into 1 centimeter per second square. If you remember only this part, you will able to give the definition. Now the second thing, so it means there is a relation between the Newton and dyne. So relation, I am doing that relation between Newton and dyne. 1 Newton, so Newton is to be, which one is bigger? So Newton is bigger, that is the क्या हो जाएगा unit in SI system, and dyne that is the unit in CGS system. So Newton is the क्या हो जाएगा greater unit and dyne is a small unit for a smaller unit. Okay, so 1 Newton equals to 1 kg into 1 meter per second square, and that is to be converted into dyne. So for dyne we require gram and we require centimeter per second square. So obviously per second square we have, that is not need to be क्या हो जाएगा changed, and kg is to be converted into gram in order to get dyne, because this whole quantity is to be converted according to the means unit of the dyne. So gram, 1 kg that will be the 1000 gram, and 1 meter that will be equals to the 100 centimeter, and second square we have as it is. Now 1 kg that means 10 power 3 gram into 10 power 2 centimeter per second square equals to, we can write 10 power 3 plus 2 gram centimeter per second square. So gram centimeter per second square, now we got it. Gram centimeter per second square, that means kya? It represent dyne. So we will have 10 to the power 5 dyne. So 1 Newton will be equals to 10 to the power 5 dyne. Now, so force understood, unit of force understood, definition of force understood, and relation between the CGS and SI unit of force understood. Now effect of force understood. Okay, I am going to discuss only one effect of force on the motion of an object. Motion of an object. What is the effect of force on the motion of an object? Because it is to be described. Because shape, we know shape changes, size changes. Motion, there are the two types of effect. With means sometimes it accelerate motion, sometimes it retard motion. So whenever it will accelerate motion and whenever it will retard motion, that I am going to describe. Whenever force is applied on an object, it changes the motion of an object. We always use the word changes the motion of an object. We never use the word means it accelerate the object, it retard the object. So if we have the particular situation, then only we can use the word we it accelerate the motion of an object, it retard the motion of an object. But in general, we will always say that it changes the motion of an object. So whenever force is applied on an object, it changes the motion of an object, and it changes the motion in two ways. Whenever force is applied on an object, suppose this is an object A and this is going in this direction only. So whenever force is applied on an object in the direction of motion, so whatever suppose karo we have an object and object is going in this direction, and I am also applying the force in the same direction, in the direction in which the object is moving. So whenever force is applied on an object, the direction in which it is moving, it accelerates the object. It accelerates. That means motion of an object increases. So it accelerates the objects. But we have the another condition. Whenever suppose we have the object and object is moving in this direction, and I am applying the force in this direction, that is opposite to the direction in which it is moving. So in that condition, it will retard the object. It will reduce the motion of an object. So whenever force is applied in the direction opposite to the direction of motion of an object, it will retard the object, it will reduce the speed, it will reduce the motion of an object. So in case of motion, means these are the explanations. So whenever force is applied in direction, it accelerate. Whenever force is applied in the direction opposite to the direction of motion, it retard the object, it reduces the motion of the object. So in next video we will again discuss about the force, that means the types of force, contact force, non-contact force, different types of contact force, different types of non-contact force, and a small description about each and every types of force. So in this video, this one only, and in next video we will do much more.